Very good morning, my dear friends. This is ariseroby from Masterminds, and today we are going to see about the importance of emotional intelligence by the book written by Daniel Goleman. Yes, my dear friends. To put it very practical, in a pragmatic way, what I can say is our life is so simple, but what happens is we used to handle it complex. Our life is a process where we need to take it on both the ways. We see both happiness and also unhappiness. We face success. We also face defeat. But how do we face them? How do we tackle situations? How do we handle our friends? How do we handle the friends when they turn as foes? How we handle office politics? How we tackle the issues within the family, how we tackle the problems when the relations go against us, when there is a problem with the network, when there is a problem with neighbors. So the life, we have problems, but how we approach them, how we handle them. So in this process, it is a big question mark that it has been said, I2 is more important, but now the scenario has changed long back, and because of this pandemic era, it is quite important that the necessity of emotional intelligence has gained greater importance for each and everyone. It is not only for the person who is leading a professional life, going to office and facing so many people, but also with the one who is there at home, who is a homemaker. So each and every one, right from kids to adults, and also the homemakers who are working there in office and as well as at home, all face a lot of problems. And here we are going to see some scientific methods and what are the 5 elements what Daniel Goleman used to insist over here. Yes, my dear friends, I hope I have done an overview about it. Let me just describe about all those 5 elements and with some practical facets of all those 5 elements, so that it gives you some sort of interesting insights about it. Yes, I hope you could have subscribed our channel. In case if not, kindly subscribe, my dear friends. Let's move on to yes, my dear friends. First, talking about what is emotional intelligence. To make it very simple, emotional intelligence is something, the ability. It is the ability to recognize your emotions and understand what others are telling. Because most of the time, the people, they don't have the listening skills. Because of that, they lose their emotions. They don't want others to just make their own comments. They always want them to listen what they are talking. So this is one thing very pathetic enough, because when you are unable to listen, the very first core, your EQ comes down. So emotions affects a wide range of people, as I have said earlier. It also involves your perception of others, how you perceive, the attitude, the way how you perceive others. So when you understand how they feel, then EQ increases. So this allows you to manage a relationship more effectively. Though, in short, emotional intelligence is something, the ability to recognize your emotions. So how far you handle your emotions when you are happy and when you are unhappy. Yes. Now coming to the core part of it, what Daniel Goleman in 1995 he has insisted is this. Daniel Goleman is an American psychologist. He has framed so many things, but taking about the 5 elements alone from that book, he talks about motivation, he talks about empathy, he talks about social skill, he talks about self-awareness, he talks about self-regulation. These are the 5 elements which he insists for to increasing emotional intelligence, that is EQ within a person. Yes, my dear friends, here I like to say about one thing. It is all where a person growth, success, it all lies with Qs. That is your IQ, EQ, OQ and PQ. So intelligent quotient, we all know about it. But as a passage of time, what happens is EQ has gained greater importance, because what I have said with OQ is your obsession quotient, that is single-mindedness. PQ is passion quotient, how you are passionate about certain things. But EQ, of all these things, only when you are able to have this particular quotient, emotional intelligence, this intelligence plays a vital role to be successful at all times. Suppose in case if you're not able to make your anger within your control, if you're not able to pursue things what others are thinking, what in others' perspective, then definitely it would be a big problem for your career success and also some of the relationship within the family and also within the place where you're working and also within neighborhood. Now coming to the 5 core elements, let me just give you some sort of examples for all these 5 elements. And before that, one thing that I like to say is it is emotions or something, the seed that you put up. So that seed needs certain things, certain ingredients. That is, it should be in a good soil and it should be watered and it should be kept in light. Likewise, these are the 5 elements which will breed your emotional quotient within yourself. Let me see what are the 5 elements. Yes, my dear friends, emotional intelligence, talking about those 5 elements, let me just give a brief topic about these things. Self-awareness. First, the self-awareness is something, the ability to know one's emotions, strengths, weakness, and the drive and values within themselves with respect to their goals, and recognizing their impact on others while using gut feelings to guide their decisions. Yes. Are you self-aware about yourself? That is more important. How far you are aware of about yourself instead of judging about others and knowing how aware of others. First, you need to be self-aware of yourself. The second one is about the self-regulation. It involves controlling or redirecting one's disruptive emotions and impulses. And moreover, it all rests upon the adapting to changing circumstances. Yes, how you regulate yourself according to the changes in the environment, according to the type of people that you are meeting. Yes, the third one is about the social skill. Yes, talking about social skill is nothing but the people skill, how you are able to manage the relationship to move people in the desired direction, not only on your desire but also with their desire, how you are able to cope up with it, and how you are synchronizing with them, and how you can enhance the relationship and convert that network into a lead. So these all things play a vital role. And now coming to the social skill, it's all about how you increase your networks, and empathy is all about something how you see the feelings of other people, especially when making decisions in their perspective. Yes, it's not something with a sympathy, it's all with empathy, how you can increase your emotional intelligence. Motivation is something you're being driven to achieve for the sake of achievement, and how you can motivate yourself is it all rests upon within yourself. It can be with you can read a book which can motivate you. You can be with a people who can also encourage you, but at the same time it all rests upon yourself whom you choose. So you need to check upon your thoughts, because your thoughts are your words. Your words are your actions. So check upon your thoughts, check upon your words, check upon your actions, and top it all is check upon your networks where you are. It should not something breeding place to demotivate you. So check upon the networks, check upon your friends. So all these things will motivate you to reach greater heights. Yes, my dear friends. So the main thing is about all these 5 elements play a greater role to increase your emotional quotient in your life. Yes, my dear friends, almost we have given an overview about emotional intelligence and the primary elements which are essential and necessity of emotional intelligence. The very first thing one is self-awareness, as I feel, and moreover in that book also of emotional intelligence, Daniel Goleman insists about self-awareness. People with high emotional intelligence are usually very much self-aware about themselves. Yes, of course, you need to be aware about yourself. They understand your emotions, and because of this, they don't let their feelings rule them. Yes. When you're about or know about yourself, you about other feelings overruling you. What makes you is you're aware about yourself. You're more confident about yourself. And moreover, you trust your intuition. You trust your emotions, and moreover, it also makes you to feel that you don't go out of control at any sort of time or at any situations and circumstances. So people who are self-aware about themselves, they're also willing to take an honest look at themselves. Yes, the very first thing is, it's not so that something you look onto the mirror daily as a day process, but whereas you have an assessment about yourself. You're self-aware about yourself. You have a honest look on yourself. Moreover, people with a high self-awareness, what they do is, they know their strengths, they know their weakness, and they work on these areas and do perform greater at all times. It is only because of this attribute, self-awareness. Many people believe that this self-awareness is the most important part of emotional intelligence. Yes, my dear friends, I do insist that, because self-awareness is the primary element for you to enhance your emotional intelligence. How it can? Yes, let me just explain it. It is all between the react and respond. When you are not aware about yourself, when you are not as stable, when you are unstable, you react to circumstances, you react to the situations. But whereas you need to respond to situations, when you respond to any kind of difficult or typical situations, you are self-aware about yourself, and at the same time the environment and also the people in front of you. And this have a high impact on two things, your personal life and your professional life. When you are self-aware about yourself, your personal life will be happy, and also you are balanced enough to take your professional life to be more successful than anybody else. So it have an impact on your personal and as well as your professional life. From here, I like to insist that self-awareness is a primary element that you need to concentrate about when you want to increase your EQ skill. Yes, the first thing, number one, is over. The number two is about self-regulation. So what is the self-regulation is? This is the ability to control emotions and impulses. People who self-regulate typically don't allow themselves to become too angry or sometimes jealousy about things, and they don't make impulsive and some careless decisions immediately at times when they are being controlled on any kind of situations. So how they do is, they think a lot before they act, because thinking is one of a wonderful gift by God actually. And moreover, how do you think and how you need to think and how you need to respond, it all matters. It is all the regulation that you transform within yourself. It is the characteristics of self-regulation that are thoughtfulness, comfort with change, integrity, and top it all, the ability to say no. So just like when you are in a room, so personally, when you want to increase your AC or when you want to increase your fan speed, it is a self-regulator it has. So normally, it is also within a person how you need to regulate yourself at times when you're in a group, when you are in a team, or when you are with a friend. It is all with the self-regulation that matters. So people, those who are self-regulated, they don't feel jealous about others and they do not become too angry immediately. They think and then act. And top it all here with self-regulation, what I like to say is the ability to say no. It is not so that we need to say yes for everything. Yes, I can do it. Yes, I will make it. Yes, I will finish it up. It's not so like that. Learn to say no. And now comes the question, how to say no? Is it possible? You should not think about that, what others may think, what they will do when we say yes. There is possibility of also performing well by saying no. And now I'll tell you how to say no, and is it wise to say no? Yes, my dear friends, here take upon 5/25 rule. This is what I like to handle with when I want to say no. And this is a wonderful thing what Warren Buffett says about how to say no. The thing is that what Warren Buffett used to say that 5 by 25 rule is a wonderful process how to say yes and how to say no. So what he says is jot down the top 25 things that you want to do in life. Yes, you believe it or not, the first top 25, whatever you rolled it down, whatever you jotted down, now take upon the top 5 and separate it from the bottom 20 and never look at the bottom 20 again. Because even though you have jotted down all the 25 because you love it, you like it, or whatever it may be. So, whatever it may be, you just separate the top 5 and leave the rest of the 20. You don't look upon it. Now, the first top 5 actually which you like and which you are very much preferable with that. Concentrate on that. You look on it. So moreover, for example, I love to listen music, I love writing, podcasting, watching comedies, being with family. This is my top 5. And the remaining business, whatever it may be, the rest of the 20, leave about all those things. So when you just concentrate upon those 5, you will be able to come to a conclusion that which is one thing that merge and one thing what you can do better. Sometimes when things are that, when thing comes and hits you within the top 5, which is not being there in your top 5, how you say no is more important again. So now you are able to preferably take up the top 5 and with the 5 in which what is not being there is being imposed on you. It is how you say no to those things is coming an important one. How do you say no? Yes, I'll tell you those things. The how you say no is also one important thing because that matters a lot because it's not so easy. So you need to have clarity. This is how you express your wish, your feelings about that you're not in a situation to say or accept it. Yes, have clarity about what you have been doing or what you are doing or what you can do or what you cannot do. First, you need to have a clarity of your vision. This is what you want to say yes and this is what you want to say no. It is not something everything you need to say yes and it's not something that everything you need to say no. So have clarity about what to say yes and what to say no. Next, know the pros and cons of saying yes, no, yes. When it is that of saying no, you should know about the pros and cons. Sometimes it may also leave you in a problem. So you should know about the pros and cons of the situations or what may comes and affect you. And realize saying no is okay. So when to a conclusion that sometimes realizing that, okay, this would be that saying no would be better for me. I would be a little bit of stable, a little bit of peace. I feel that I am quite okay with that. So this is one thing when you realize after coming to knowing about the pros and cons, then go ahead with saying no. And how you can say no, the medium by which the communication goes. Sometimes you can say through mail, sometimes you can take it up face to face. But always what I suggest is, it is always when you want to say no, it is something face to face and individual that you can say no. That would work well. So the medium and how you convey, how you say no is more important than you choose whether it is yes or no. Keep it simple. Yes, my dear friends, you just need to keep it simple as much as possible because you don't need an explanation. You don't need to give a big essay for it, detailing about all those things, what and why you are saying no. Keep it short and simple. The KISS principle about keep it short and simple as much as possible. You don't need to give a big explanation about it, saying that, so because of this and that, I cannot make it up. So please, I am sorry, no, something like that. So keep it simple as much as possible. Next, be respectful. You respect their ideas. You respect their feelings. You respect them, you value the other party's stance, and moreover, the medium how you convey it will make them to agree your situation. Yes, but at the same time, don't expect that everyone need to agree yours. But it all depends upon your clarity and how the medium you choose. Yes, my dear friends, saying is also a good reply, but learn how to say no. This is what is one thing again and again which I like to say about it. That is, reply. Sometimes a no reply is also a form of reply. No reply is also a form of reply. So saying is also a good reply. That is, when you want to say no, how you make it up? The reply you are replying to him, it is also a form of reply. So yes or no, it all depends upon the clarity you have, but the circumstances and the people and the medium, it all plays a major role how you are making it successfully in saying no. Yes, it's about self-motivated, how far you are self-motivated, that plays a major role for people who are highly emotionally intelligent. So people with high degree of emotional intelligence are usually motivated, self-motivated. They can motivate, that is, they don't rest upon emotions, they motivate themselves, they boost themselves, and whenever at times when things go wrong, they get self-motivated. They are willing to defer immediate results for a long-term success. So they never let themselves to have some immediate success. So they know that things are not overnight. So things take time. Things take time. They rely on perseverance. They rely on resilience. So these two factors are high in with the people, those who are emotionally stable. They are highly productive, love a challenge, and are very effective in whatever they do. So people with high emotional intelligence, you see, they always allow to take a change, a challenge, and they are very effective in their performances in whatever they take up. So being self-motivated is also one among the elements. As I have said earlier, it is one of them, the prime factor for you to be successful in your life. Success in the sense sustainable success. So sustainable success is always possible only through emotional intelligence, not with just intelligence. So have your emotions under your control, be emotionally intelligent, self-motivated, handle it perfectly. And the one is empathy. People would say that I am always sympathetic, but people of high emotional intelligence have empathy. This is perhaps the second most important element of emotional intelligence. The very first thing what I said is all five elements are important. The first one is self-awareness is most a primary element. Empathy is the second one. Don't have sympathy, whereas have empathy. Empathy is the ability to identify with and understand the wants and needs and viewpoints of those around you. Maybe sometimes we feel sympathy, we feel sad for things, but at the same time, it's not something you need to rest upon sympathy. Have empathy. People with empathy are good at recognizing the feelings of others, even when those feelings may not be obvious. So what happens is, as a result, empathetic people are usually excellent at managing relationship, listening and relating to others. Yes. So only when you are empathetic, you will listen to others. So you will manage the relationship, the networks that you want to work it out. So when you want to relate with others perfectly, it's quite necessity that you need to have an empathy feeling than sympathy. They avoid stereotyping and judging too quickly. They don't judge people immediately and give certificate for them. They take time. And they live their life in a very open and honest way. So these empathetic people, actually, you can see that they don't judge people immediately. So this is where they don't get into problems, issues immediately. They take time, and at the same time, they used to be open-minded and they lead their life in a honest way. So empathy is also one among the attribute that each and every emotional, intelligent person needs to have in their life. Yes, my dear friends, and the one is about social skills is nothing but the people skills. It's usually easy to talk to and like people with good social skills. So nowadays, technology matters a lot. Yes, technology matters a lot. And we do have a lot of friends, unknowing friends and known friends in social media. And here, it is all with the social skills, how you can increase your network and at the same time sustain your network. So likewise, what is this people skill is about? It is the people, those who are emotionally intelligent or very good team players. They are very good in making networks. They are very good with the people skills. Rather, they focus on their own success first. They help others develop and shine. It is not something that they just want to win over the race. It is something that they also lead people in the team to be successful in the long run. They can manage disputes. Yes, in a team, it's always almost known that it ends somewhere in quarrelsome or disputes. They are very good in managing those things and are excellent communicators and lobby makers, and are masters at building and maintaining relationships. This is one thing that you need to know about the social skill. Yes, at last, one thing, how to analyze your EQ. When you want to say about this one thing, I like to say just 6 points. Observe how you react to people. Observe how you react to people. The second one is look at your work environment. Third one is do a self-evaluation. Fourth one, examine how you react to stressful situations. Fifth one is take responsibility for your actions. Sixth one, examine how your actions will affect others before you take those actions. Yes. 5 simple way of analyzing your EQ. As I have told you earlier about self-awareness, you need to be aware about yourself. When your EQ wants to be in a higher grade and you want to be successful in a long run, you need to check upon whether these 6 things are in the high grade. That is, observe how you react to people, look at your work environment, do a self-regulation, self-evaluation, examine how you react to stressful situations, take responsibility for your actions, examine how your actions will affect others. So all these things will give a greater point of success, sustainable success in your life. Yes, my dear friends. So now I have told you about 6 points. Let me explain all these things. Observe how you react to people. How you react to people. Do you rush to judgment before you know and then you make your judgments? Or you a stereotype? Look honestly onto things. It's not something that you need to take immediate decisions. You not to give immediate judgment looking onto people. But various, take your time to judge. Look honestly at how you think and interact with other people. Try to put yourself in their place and be more open-minded and accepting of their perspectives and needs. These all things is more essential for you to observe and then to react to people. This is the very funny thing that is one thing I like to insist and I step. And second one, as I have told you, look at your work environment. Look at your work environment. Do you seek attention for your accomplishments? Do you seek accomplishments? Humility can be a wonderful quality, and it doesn't mean that you are shy or some lack of self-confidence. When you practice humility, you say that you know what you did, and you can be quietly confident about it. Give others a chance to shine. Give others a chance to shine. This is how you can just need to fine-tune when you are in an environment, when you work in that. Listen to others. And at the same time, give others a chance. Give others a chance. Put the focus on them. And don't worry too much about getting praise for yourself. This is one thing actually. Usually people used to feel that why not I am being recognized, or why not I am getting praised by others. No, you should not be like that. So look at your work environment. You need to give a chance for others, but at the same time, don't take that people always want to praise you. People always want to greet you, something like that. Don't expect those things. So look at your work environment and tune yourself and go ahead. Third one is do a self-evaluation. So how you need to make a self-evaluation, that we have seen it, those 6 things. And apart from that, try out our emotional intelligence quiz. Already we have also posted about emotional quotient test actually in our channel. So I will also link it in my end screen. You can also take an emotional intelligence test that will work for you. And are you willing to accept that you are not perfect? Because perfect people will not be able to be more successful, and at the same time they cannot increase their network. And that you could work on some areas to make yourself a better person when you have a self-evaluation. So you can even take an EQ test, which is available in our channel ariseroby masterminds, and I'll make a link in it in the description, so that you can take up how far you have your emotional quotient within yourself. Have the courage to look at yourself honestly. It can change your life like anything else. So your self-evaluation plays a prominent role in making your life happy and peaceful. Yes, my dear friends. Next, fourth one is examine how you react to stressful situation. Yes, things are not always easy. Things are always not happy. Things are not as you think. It may go sometimes against you at some stressful situations. So how you react, that matters a lot. Do you become upset every time there is a delay or something doesn't happen the way you want? Do not blame others or become angry at others when things are not doing good according to your expectations, because it is not your fault. It is something that you need to evaluate within yourself, that you need to recognize where the faults are. So the thing is, the ability to stay calm and in control to difficult situation is highly valued in recent times. Because when things are not doing good, you're not going to make it perfect. You're not making good when you shout and become angry. It is something when you stay calm and control yourself during difficult situations, you can handle things wisely. Keep your emotions under control. Come on. Your emotions should be under control when things go wrong. So people can do wonders when everything is going good and fine. But it is all with how you handle situation when things are not under your control, when things are going against you. So examine how you react to stressful situations. If you're able to tackle it, then good, fine. Your emotional quotient is high. The fifth one is take responsibility for your actions. This is one thing people always they fail. Take responsibility for your actions. If you hurt someone's feelings, apologize directly. There is nothing that asking sorry. I'm extremely sorry for that. Don't ignore what you did or avoid the person, because sometimes it's quite nature that everyone make mistakes. So why do you feel annoyed in asking sorry or apologizing for these things? So don't ignore any person at any cost. People are usually more willing to forgive and forget if you make an honest attempt to make things right. Yes, this is what is one thing that keep it in mind, that whenever you make some mistakes, honestly apologize. Forgive and forget. This is one mantra again I insist here, my dear friends. When you want to be a person of high emotional quotient, emotional intelligence, it is quite necessity that you need to forgive and forget, and that is how you can enhance your relationship and network. Last one is about examine how your action will affect others. Your actions are more important, and then actions, your words are more important, how it is going to have a drastic impact on others. So before you take actions, your words, check upon your words, check upon your thoughts. Your thoughts are your words are your actions. So put yourself in a place in the sense you think over it and then you take your decision. How will they feel if you do this? That doesn't matter. But at the same time, how you can make it up, that matters a lot. So if you must take the action, how can you help others deal with the effects? This is one thing that you need to know about it. So here, when you want to examine things, that is your actions, you have to check upon your thoughts. It is said that about 60,000 thoughts revolve in your mind in a day-to-day life. According to scientific research, they say that 60,000 thoughts. So, when it is 60,000 thoughts, what comes in your words, that matters a lot. Just like that, don't hit anybody with your words blindly. Check upon your thoughts, because your thoughts are your words. Your words or your actions will have a drastic impact and affects others. So examine, my dear friends. So these are the 6 things how you can make it effectively and efficiently. Yes, almost we have seen drastic things about all emotional intelligence, how you can make it up, and I have given an overview about the Daniel Goleman's all 5 elements, and about talking about how you have to say no, and so many things about how you can make your emotional intelligence work well in your professional and as well as your personal life. Emotions start very early. Even children learn how to differ their own with that of others. So we all learn how to experience them and react as per a situation and our natural temperaments. So now you could have come to a conclusion about all these things. And moreover, as research also says about a lot of things about thoughts. It's something your thoughts or your words and your words or your actions. So you need to work upon them. And here from this, what I like to say is you're guided by your emotions. So you need to be more careful to distinguish them. Fine. There are in times when we do not hold an emotion. There are some results. At times it may go wrong, but never worry about it. But it all rests upon how you think and how you react or you respond. Emotions have a deep impact on our personal and professional life. So try to handle it as I have told earlier about with the 5 elements, and also explaining about how you need to evaluate it, the 6 core mantra. Emotions conditions our mind to see things in a certain manner. If we are happy, we see the world happy, and it reinforces happiness further. So stay calm, cool at times when things go wrong. So emotional intelligence can be learnt and acquired. It is not something that it is inbuilt already. In due passage of time, you can learn it. Elasticity is bringing breakthrough strategies and processes because of things that when you experience, you can make it up. So your mind, your body, your language and emotions are all bound together. This is all something that day to day, each and every day gives a lot of lessons for you. So last thing is emotional intelligence is a very significant aspect in very world-class leaders when you really want to achieve something great. And what you see in most of the world-class leaders is they are emotionally intelligent. I can quote many leaders who have been emotionally intelligent in handling situations. So it is studied that people with high emotional intelligence have greater mental health, exemplary job performance, and more potential leadership skills. And as we have seen with Goleman's research of book about emotional intelligence, so I hope, and he has given that 67% the abilities deemed necessary for superior performance in leaders because of emotional intelligence. And from my point of view, that I have acquired a lot of things after reading this book, and I have almost given it in a prescribed form of almost within 30 minutes, I think. So I hope you could enjoyed it. So try to imply in your day-to-day life and be successful in your personal as well as your professional life. Yes, my dear friends, thank you for watching this video, and thank you for watching. And stay with us connected by subscribing ariseroby Masterminds, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you, my dear friends. Bye bye.